Hello everyone. I'm recording this video as a response to the request I received from many students who asked for another video to show how to solve the inequalities. So that's why I'm doing that now, and I hope it will be clear for you. Now I want to show you how to find the solution for each of the three inequalities here, and I will represent the solution for each one on the real number line. Okay, let us start with the first question. Here we have the inequality said 3 minus 2x is less than 6x plus 5. When we have any inequality of this form, we start to writing it by putting all the terms with variable x on one side and all the other terms without x on other side. I mean, here we have minus 2x here, and we have 6x on the other side, and also we have a 3 and 5 on different sides. So we will make some moving. First, let us move 6x here to be on this side, and we will move 3 to the other side. This is the first step we can do. So here, when we move 3 on the other side by adding 3x, by adding just minus 3 on both sides, of the inequality, and also by adding negative 6x on both sides of the inequality. This is the first step we will do. By adding these terms to the two sides of the inequality, adding, as you know, will not change the sign of inequality. So the sign less than, it will stay less than. Here we just added these two terms, and this will be written as it's given to us. 6x minus 5 plus 5. 3 minus 2x. So what we did is just adding these to both sides to cancel some terms from side to other. So now we can cancel negative 6x here with positive 6x. Also, we can cancel negative 3 here with positive 3. And we got minus 8x on this side of the inequality, because it's the result of those. And we got here plus 2, the result of those. After then, we will get rid of the number 8 by making division on negative 8 both sides of the, we make division on negative number. When you multiply or divide on a negative number, you have to change the sign of inequality from less than into greater than. So this minus negative x here and here too. You can now cancel negative 8 here with negative 8, and here 2 with 2 here, here 2 times 4. So remain negative 4. The result we got is x here is greater than 1 over negative 4 or minus 1 over 4. There is no other step we can do. That means this is the solution. So the solution, to represent it in terms of interval, we can say x belongs to the interval which is open from negative 1 over 4 till plus infinity. Also, it's open here. So this is the solution for this inequality. And to represent it on the real number line, this is the real number line. Consider this number at any point here on the line. If you consider it like here, negative 1 over 4. See, I made small circle here. It will be empty circle because there's no sign of equal under the sign of greater than. So this interval will be open from negative 1 over 4. That's why I made circle opened. And go all the way to this direction to positive infinity. So this is the solution on the real number line. Okay, this is the first inequality. Let us move to the second equation. The second equation, this inequality, which is 3x minus 2 all over 4 is less than or equal 5 over 6 plus x. Maybe some student will thinking to make multiplying both sides of the inequality by the least common multiple by the denominator, or other student thinking to do that in steps, not on one step, like they thinking to multiply by 4 to get rid of this denominator. In another step, they thinking to multiply by 6 to get rid of this step. Whatever the way you start, they will lead to the same result. So if I will do it in 2 steps, like first I multiply by 4. When you multiply here by 4, this side and this side, multiplication will not change. Multiplication by positive number, I mean, will not change the sign of inequality. So multiply by 4, this is still the same, less than or equal, still less than or equal. So I write here this side and the other side, which has 2 terms, so I will put brackets and write the two terms inside the brackets. To mean, I will multiply the number 4 by each of them. Then you can make cancellation. Cancel number 4 here in the denominator with number 4 here. You will get only 3x minus 2 is less than or equal. Multiply this by the terms inside the brackets and remove the brackets. So you will get 4 times 5, that means 20 over 6, which means 10 over 3. Plus 4 times 1x, that means 4x. The other step we can do is multiplying all the inequality by the denominator here, by the number 3. This what result we will get from here. Multiply by 3. I will do it in the same step here, and here multiply both terms by 3. Also, that after removing the bracket, 9x minus 6 is less than or equal. When you multiply here 3 times 10 over 3, the 3 will go with the 3. That means only 10 we have. Plus 3 times 4x, we will get 12x. So we got a new inequality without fractions, without rational number. This is simpler than the first one we start with. Now we will do the same as we did in the previous inequality. Move all the terms with x's to be in one side and all the terms without x on the other side. That means I will x on the other side. So here we will get 9x minus 12x is less than or equal 10 plus 6. Now it's easy to find the result from this step. So the result, 9x in positive, 12x in negative, the result negative 3x is less than or equal 10 plus 6, that means 16. Now we will get rid of negative 3 here by make division on negative 3. When you make division, we need to change the sign of inequality. So it's better to write it from a new step, not writing here right away, because greater than or less. Here negative 1/3 or 16 divided by my negative 3, it's the same meaning. And here negative 3x divided by negative 3. You see, as I wrote here negative 3 on both sides, I changed the sign of inequality. So this will give me 1x on this side, 1x, and here will give me the same number, which is negative 16 over 3. That means like 5 and 1/3. Also, we will represent this in terms of interval. we can say x belongs to interval which is closed. I make it closed here because the sign of equal exists with the sign of greater than here. So it is closed here. Closed from negative 16 over 3 and go all the way to plus infinity. Always at infinity it's opened. So here we make it open. Here it's closed. And we will represent that on the real number line again. This is the real number line. Consider any point on the line as representing for this number. As it is closed here, we will make circle closed here. And write negative 16 over 3 at this point. And we will move all the way to the plus infinity. So we will move from this point to this direction. This is the representing of the solution on the real number line. Okay, finally we will get the last equation. The third equation said, find the solution for the inequality 2x squared minus 11x plus 5 is greater than 0. You see, this equation is different from the two previous questions. The difference comes from, we have here from second degree on this side, second degree polynomial. The equation, quadratic equation, which is 2x squared minus 11x plus 5 is equal to 0. See, this is the first step we do by taking the quadratic equation, which is the same form of the inequality, but instead of this sign we put the sign of equality. Now you see this can be solved by different way, either by the rule said x is equal to negative b plus or minus square root of b squared minus 4 ac divided by 2a, or you can solve it by factoring if you can make factoring easier, so you can follow which one. Here can be factorized into 2 brackets multiplied by 2 brackets is equal to 0, and we start with writing here 2x and here 1x. When we multiply those together we got 2x squared. Then we will go direct to number 5. As number 5 here has sign positive, so this will be factorized into 2 factors with the same sign, which is like what is in the middle one. In the middle one we have minus, so this will be factored into 2 factors with minus. So we can write 5 and 1, and here negative and here negative. Let us check if this factoring is correct. when you multiply those together, it will be negative x, and multiply those together, it will be negative 10x. So negative x and negative 10x, it will be negative 11x, which is the same number here. Then this factoring is correct. So we will take 2x minus 1 and make it is equal to 0, and take x minus 5 and make it equal to 0. Each one will lead you to one answer. The first statement here, or the first equation, it's simplest equation. It will lead you to x is equal 1/2, because when you move negative 1 to the other side will be plus 1. So 2x is equal 1. Then we divide on 2 both sides of the equation. So we will get x is equal 1/2. And for this one, we have x is equal just 5. So these are two answers. Now we represent these two answers on the real number line. Before representing the solution for inequality, we represent that on the real number line and put this number in any point here, like if we consider it's here 1/2, and x is equal 5. You know 5 is greater than 1/2, so it will be on the right side of the half. So consider it like here. Now make 3 places with the 3 lines, this line, this line, and this line. The first one will be for the first factor here, which is 2x minus 1. The second line for the second factor, which is x minus 5. And the third one is for the multiplying these together, which will give me the same equation, which is the same side, this side of the inequality. So we write 2x minus 1 multiplied by x minus 5. This is the 3 lines we did for. And we will study the sign, negative or positive, for each one of those, and for the multiplying these together. Here first we know this is equal 0 here under 1/2, and this is equal 0 at under 5 here. In front of this one we will put 0 under 5. Let me write 0 here and write 0 here. You know, before the 0 there is one sign, and after 0 another sign. I mean, before 0 here will be negative, and after the 0 will be positive, and stay positive all the way. Also for this one, before 0 all this will be negative and this will be positive. Let me represent that here. I said this is the 0 for this factor. So it divided the real number line, all this line, into two intervals, this interval and this interval. So at this interval, it will be negative. This will be negative at this interval. And after the 0, it will be positive. It will be positive all the way to the infinity. Because it's just two intervals we have from this factor. Okay? Again, we will do the same here. For the 0 of this factor here, we represent 0, and before the 0, it is negative all the way from negative infinity till the 0, till the 5, I mean. And after this point, it will change into positive. You see? Now let us talk about the multiplying of those together, which is represented here in this line. Here, either positive or negative, but as it is 0 here, so the result will be 0 here. Also same, either here positive or negative, as it is 0 here, it will be 0, the result. Now we found the real number line for this. There are three intervals. This interval, which end at this point, and this interval between these 2 points, and this interval after this point. What the sign will be for each one of those. For this one here, this interval, the result will be negative times negative, so it will be positive. You see, when you multiply negative by negative, you get positive. And for this interval, you will multiply plus with minus, or positive with negative, you will get negative. That means this interval, it will be negative. Then the last interval, it's the result for multiplying positive by positive, it will give you positive. You see? Now we can write the solution for the inequality. The inequality said those will be, the multiplying will be greater than 0. What's the meaning of greater than? That means it is positive, it is not negative. So we will look here for the intervals with positive sign. This interval, positive sign. This interval, positive sign. So the solution is the two intervals, which means all the real number except this part, where this part is represented by negative. So it is not in the solution. So we can write the solution by this way. We can say x belongs to the first interval starting from here, negative infinity till 1/2. Negative infinity till 1/2. Always at infinity, it is open. We make this to represent it's open. And also at half, it will be open because there is no equal here. That means 1/2 is not included in the solution. So we make it open also here. Again, for the other interval, which is started after 5, because 5 not included, we make it open at 5 and go all the way to positive infinity. Also at positive infinity, it will be open. So it's the union of the two intervals. This is the solution for this inequality. You see, this inequality is different in its solution from the other we did, because it's from the second degree. Always when we have second degree, we try to solve by this way. This can be also written in different way. If you want to write it as all the real number here are the real number, except we remove from all the real number all this interval. This interval we will remove starting from half and ending with 5. And thus we removed, including the 1/2, that means closed in 1/2, and including also the 5. That means it's removed from the solution. You can represent the answer by this way or by this way. Okay? This is the way we doing with the inequalities. I hope this video make it clear for you to understand how we deal with inequalities. And it's happy as you watched this video. And I am so happy if you have any question to send me comment and I will respond to your comment. Thank you to be here, and hopefully I will see you again in the next video. Bye bye now.